And
so before you continue, I do have to ask, did his hands ever make it to your neck? Were you ever felt like you were choked, anything?
No, it didn't make it because I bit him and then he said, oh shit,
It's not a judge. If a judge said you can't be within 150 feet of each other, then you can with us there.
A quiet neighborhood is shattered by chaos. A man returns uninvited and everything changes. Glass breaks, voices rise, and one woman must fight to reclaim her safety. When the silence breaks, nothing is ever the same. Let's dive in for the full story.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, are you
Stephanie?
Stephanie? Hey, Stephanie, I'm Officer Caldwell. What can I do for you? How
Trying
can
to
I
find
help?
a domestic report.
Okay.
I've already done it with the military, and they advised me that I need to come on and do it here as well.
Okay, did this happen? It doesn't matter where it happened. Did it happen on Sigsbee? Have you notified any of the MAs over there?
Well, they
Because I know they're going to want to report.
stated they're waiting on me to do the police report
Okay.
before they verify, but they've already told him that he has to be off the premises today until Tuesday. So I still need the police report before they can get the MAs to say, he can't come in.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that you were in contact with them because they'll do a whole nother investigation. And the reason I was asking is because they can go ahead and separate you for however long. So
Right, they've already pretty much done that, but they just need that so the inmates will know that in case he tries to come in through the base, or they can escort me on the base to make sure that I'm secure.
Okay, so I want you to explain to me everything that happened. Before you do that, I'm going to grab some statement forms. And then after you tell me what happened, I'm going to have you write what happened. I know it's uncomfortable, but it makes sure I get all the pertinent information. Okay. All right, so give me dates, times, addresses.
Thursday morning and between 2 and 3 a.m.
Okay. And are you okay right now, other than mentally?
I got some
Grab marks, things like that?
hit marks, my wrist is bruised. I got quite a few of those.
You said between 2 and 3 a.m.? Okay. All right, so walk me through what happened.
So, Wednesday evening, he came home from work. He was saying something about something on the base, and then he has a second job at Publix.
Okay.
So he got dressed and he went on to work at Publix. He came back in a couple of hours and said he quit Publix. He was got something happened there. And so he came home, he was just okay, and then he started drinking. About 11 o'clock, I guess I was hearing him. I was in my bedroom the whole time, so I could hear him leaving out. He didn't say where he was going or if he was going or anything. I just heard him leave out about 11 something. Between 2 and 3 a.m., he calls me. He's at the gate with them up there with the inmates. He didn't have his ID, so he told me to bring him his ID. I brought the ID, came back to the house, pulled up in the driveway. He pulls up and he gets out and starts ranting and raving about, I don't know what, just, I don't know. And he couldn't find his keys. And I said, well, if the car starts, the key's in the car. So I went out there to help him. He was fussing to me, help me. Okay, so I helped him find the keys and gave him the keys. And then I went back in the house.
Let me check my car.
I have some in my bag, if not. I'm sorry to hurt you.
That's okay. I went back in my room. He stayed outside for a few minutes and I could still hear him going on and on. He came in the house, slamming doors and stuff. I don't know what he was doing. And I could hear him just going. Then he came to me saying, help him find something else. And so when I come out the room, he starts talking, and I was like, okay, I just started going back to my room, and he kicked me in my back. I was walking back down the hallway to my room, and he kicked me in my back. I went on to my room, and I was like, hey, stop, and he kept on talking. Then he went back out the room, ran raving about the military and all this kind of stuff, who he was going to F up. And he was mad with me about previously because he got stationed in November and I couldn't get here because of medical reasons. And so I stayed in Alabama to get my medical situation.
Sure.
And he was upset because he felt like I wasn't being responsible and caring about the marriage. He already knew the situation. He was supposed to come back and get me, but after the military said, hey, get that straight, then okay, I stayed. And he was mad because it took me so long. This was November the 15th when he checked in, and I didn't get here till 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
And so that night he continued going. Next thing I know, I heard something breaking. It was my living room table, a marble table. He had broke. I don't know how, because it's really heavy, but it was in pieces. So he comes back to me screaming, "Help me clean this up! Help me clean this up!" So I got on up and went on, tried to help him. And then he was still talking, going out the door. He set some of the stuff outside. I was sitting stuff on the back porch. Then he came back in, and he was still going on. And he said, what did he say? I'll buy a new one or whatever. And then I just let him talk. I wasn't really saying anything. So he came back in my room, came at me, and I've had an incident before where he hit me in my face. So my thing was to, this was me here the whole time, and I was back on the bed, and he was constantly hitting at me. And I kept telling him to stop, and he just kept going. And he finally stopped. He went back in the front. He couldn't find his car keys again. Come in here and help me find my keys. He had busted the key thing up. And it was up under the the dining room table in pieces. And I found it and gave it to him. And he was talking to himself. I went back in my room again. Then I came back out. He was coming toward me and pushed me up against the wall and tried to, I don't know if he was trying to come toward my neck or whatever, but anyway, he came up to me like this because he's shorter than I am. So he came up to me and his finger ended up going in my mouth, and I bit his finger and broke my tooth.
Okay.
And
So before you continue, I do have to ask, did his hands ever make it to your neck? Were you ever felt like you were choked, anything like that?
no, it didn't make it because I bit him, and then he said, "Oh shit, you done bit me." So he walked off, went on in there, still going off. Guess he was in there making him some food. He comes back to me, going off again, picks up a basket of clothes and just start throwing things at me. And I go back to this motion, back on the bed again. Then he goes back up in the front and said, "I done wasted cheese. There's cheese all over the floor." He done spilled some when he was trying to make some food, and it was all over the floor. He tells me to come in there and clean it up. So I'm trying to keep it cool because I know he's stronger than I am, so I didn't want to provoke it more than what it was. I was just trying to keep him a little bit more calm. And so he goes, I go and clean up, and he's still throwing stuff around the house, breaking stuff. And finally he comes back in the room where I am, and then starts talking with his food. And we usually don't even sleep together, but this night he wants to come in my room and sleep in the room with me.
Right.
And just kept talking, and then finally I just sat there calmly on the edge of the bed, and he was like, "Well, that crying ain't worth for nothing," because I was sitting there with a towel wrapped around my arm and crying, and he was like, that whatever, So then he went to sleep, and that's when I got up and I went outside trying to figure out who to call, what to do. I started to call the police, but I just, it happened before, and I be trying not to mess up his career. But it's causing me my life now. So I feel like I'm too much, the danger, I can't deal with it. So that's why I said, I gotta go.
Okay.
So that morning, after he left and went to work, I got up and went to Family Fleet Services.
Yep.
And I talked to them. And that's where I got that process started. So I've talked to the lieutenant, and I've talked to the CO, commanding officer.
Yep.
And they're really not able to help me. Like I said, I got to come here and do a police report before the MAs get involved to keep him from coming in.
Yeah.
And I have family that's going to be here in a few hours to get my stuff. I got to be at the U-Haul at 4 o'clock to get the U-Haul and meet my family on the base. I'm not really scared because I have my family with me, but I still don't because he's threatened my family as well. And I
So
do
you have
not.
so you have an alternative living situation to get out of there for now?
Yeah, I'm leaving today.
Okay, okay.
Tonight, or in the morning. They took him off the base till Tuesday, so hopefully he's supposed to be gone. So I'm just waiting for my family to get here before I go on the base.
So Family Feed Services was able to go ahead and put that and say, no, he can't. Okay.
Yeah, the lieutenant, they served him his papers and everything. They went to the house and served him his papers and told him he had to find somewhere to stay until Tuesday.
Okay. It's gonna be uncomfortable, but I'm gonna need to get photos.
That's fine.
I want to get. I can
Everybody
see your arm. That definitely looks like fingerprints. I can see your left arm where you blocked.
And this is swollen. You may not can tell it because I'm small, but if you look at one or the other, it's
I can.
Then kind of went down some, but you can see the
I can
hump
see.
from here.
How about your back? Is there anything?
I didn't see any bruises on my back, but
Do you
now
mind if I
I'm
look?
limping.
Okay.
So I think that something has happened that is affecting my knee or something because I'm limping now with my
So
knee.
there is cameras here. Just so you know, I would like to have you pull your shirt up. I'm gonna take
no
photos
problem,
and
no problem
everything.
at all. I want all this to get done. Let's see.
And then if whenever we get a chance, if you could start that.
How far I need to go down for you to see, but
Just wherever he kicked you. Okay. Okay. Can you pull it up? The shirt up? Just a little bit. All right, that'll be good. Okay. That'll be good. Thank you. And then I'm gonna get a picture of your right arm.
Oh, let's look.
Sorry, left.
And this is the swollen one that I'm having problems with right now.
Okay.
And then this one. I don't know if anything is up here.
I'll take a
It's
photo of it.
probably here more.
Yep.
And I don't know if there's anything there.
Hold your arm kind of facing me. Yep.
And
Okay.
then this one up at the shoulder as well, because this is where my shoulder started hurting up here when he pushed me up against the wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to get a photo. I know he said he never touched you there, but I want to get that, okay? Okay.
And
Is
I
there
just have
anything
one little
else?
small one right here on my thigh.
Okay, that's up to you. If you want to pull your pants down, I don't
That's
think.
just a small
You don't need to
Yeah.
do that one.
No, that's okay. I think this is enough.
With
Yeah.
some small bruising on your leg from overall with it all over your arms and everything.
Yeah, that's
else.
mostly where the
That one,
action happened.
the most of it
trying
was
to
all
defend
up here.
myself. Right.
Okay.
Okay.
What branch of service was he? I missed it.
Maybe.
And do you have a photo of his ID or know his name, date of birth, any of that information?
I don't have a photo of his ID. It is a picture in his car, but it doesn't give it's just his name. His name is Tyrell, Tirrell.
Okay. And then date of birth?
1980.
Do you have a good phone number I could reach him at? Okay. Are you guys on Gilmore?
No, we're on Dewey.
Dewey? What? What? unit?
1904
Okay.
Dewey B.
Is that a lane? Dewey Lane?
You were on
Dewey.
day.
Yeah, I can't remember if it's a street or a lane.
Road.
It's Dewey. It's just
It's on the back side of the school,
Yeah.
right?
And it's right by right behind the commissary and stuff.
Yep,
And stuff.
yep.
Yeah. It's walking right.
And then the Sigsbee school's at the end, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
Like I said, I
yes,
just
yeah.
got here. I know in Family Feet is right across, and then the child
call
care
911.
is over there.
Yeah.
Can you issue me a case number, please?
What day did this happen again? I'm sorry. Thursday, early morning Thursday?
3 o'clock. That's what the
Okay.
lieutenant said. I don't know how they even let him on the base because he'd already started drinking when he left.
So,
That was
so
before 11
Thursday
o'clock.
morning or Friday morning?
It was Thursday morning.
So Wednesday
Early
night
Wednesday
going
night
into
into Thursday morning.
Mhm.
Okay. Don't watch it. It's a carbon copy and you're on both. So it's very good. Now Thursday you went to Fleet of Fan Services during the day, and that's when
After
they
he
got
went to
this,
work, yeah.
and then it went through, and then that's when
Well,
got put
the
on
lady
base
that
on
really
Tuesday.
does the initial thing, and then she got all the information. She was out sick, so she told me to come back Friday morning at 9 o'clock. I got a safe place to stay,
Yeah.
and so I went back Friday morning at 9 o'clock. And really, I was scared to go
And
because I didn't know.
fill the full report out.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
And
Like I said,
that's
the
when they
lieutenant.
put
Yeah.
it into effect that he couldn't come on base till Tuesday, Friday. Okay.
Right.
Okay. That's what I'm getting sure.
So if you could, in your best summary, if you weren't out of room, you can run on this. If you run out of room on that, I can get you another one. Whatever you think is pertinent would be helpful just for my report to make sure I don't leave anything out.
You should get put on there to put the case number
Yeah.
and whatnot too.
I'm not being rude on my phone over here. I'm gonna label these photos that I just took. Okay. Do you need medical assistance? You want to be looked at or anything?
I said I was okay, but I just want to get out of here. I'm just trying to get as far away as I can. I just want to secure my items.
Are you going with your family to out of state? Or?
I'm going to Alabama. I got to pick my U-Haul up at 4 o'clock. My family will be
Okay.
here about 6. I got another.
I just didn't know if they were locally still Florida, but you were going all the way to Alabama. So.
They said they're almost here. They're in route.
Okay.
All right. Can you do me a favor? Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm everything that you wrote in the statement is true to the best of your ability? Thank you. Sworn to me verbally. 2:15, February 18th, Saturday.
It's going to be a white truck for today.
Do you have your ID? I'm just gonna get your information, your phone number, and then I'll get started on this. And you said you're leaving, right? You're separating yourself from that. Okay.
And this is going to the full extent because this is not the first time. And I've tried to do this to keep him, not for him to lose his career, but a second time is not going to do it for me.
Do you have a state ID instead of
Do
your
you have a
military?
driver's license or anything like that?
Just moved here from Washington.
Oh, my dad's up here in Bremerton.
We were in Oak Harbor for 30-something years. And you can see November the 30th, 2018. This is on my arm.
Can you send that to me?
Yes.
Is that an iPhone?
That
or-
was an older phone. That was from
This
a
is
different
on-
incident.
Oh,
It was-
From
that I did.
November 18th,
Yeah.
20 what? Or 2018?
2018. That's one.
Okay.
And the police were called in
Where was-
Washington,
where-
but they
oh, it's in
never
Washington.
do any reports.
Okay.
They didn't do. I don't think they did a report.
Was it the base police or was it actual
We were
local
off the
police?
base. We weren't on base.
So it was local police?
okay.
Correct.
So I'm gonna walk you
There's
through.
all the photos there. Those are
That was
that's
the-
2018, and let me see. Then that's the one. Soon as we got there in 2019.
Okay.
So, yep.
So you had some ongoing problems with it. And you
Yes.
tried reporting in Washington and it never went anywhere.
Well, I didn't report it. The neighbors did. They
Okay.
called the police because
But the
it
police
was-
came out,
Yes.
investigated, but never did a report or never investigated or whatever.
No.
All right, so I'm gonna walk you through kind of what
Gonna
my
have her
next
sign
step's
it.
gonna be. Yeah.
So we don't forget, we swore you to the statement, we just have to have you sign it, just acknowledging that that's your statement. And then you swore to it.
You just sign right there.
Nothing.
So, in the state of Florida, domestic violence is They call it a preferred arrest. So obviously you're here, you're going in pursuit. Whether or not anybody wants to pursue charges, we make an arrest. There's enough evidence here that I'm going to try to type up a warrant for your husband. I'm going to get that signed by a judge. And as soon as that gets approved, there's going to be a warrant for his arrest. That brochure that I just gave you walks you kind of through what that process is like and what rights you have. I circled a couple things in there. I think on like page 6 or 7 right there. Keep going, one more. That's kind of more towards yours. They're all valuable. They're going to inform you when he's released from custody. They're going to inform you kind of the conditions of what's going on and what your rights are. In the back, there's some hotlines. I know you said you're leaving, but if you find, one more page. If you find yourself where you're in a situation that you can't leave, we have victim advocates and shelters that'll be more than happy to work with you.
Yeah.
I've called, that's what Family Feud did. They gave me their number. I called them out and they gave me other people's numbers.
No.
Okay.
And I've got to a situation, I can come to the shelter, but I have to be for a few weeks here for them to, I like a long-term thing.
Yeah.
And for them to help me. So they gave me some other places. Nobody has funds.
Yeah.
So I had to get help from my family to get a hotel room. And like I said, I told the lieutenant and the commanding officer, I'm so frustrated because I don't understand why they don't have any kind of immediate help for me. It's
At least not base right away.
and then I don't have, everything is in his name. I'm out in the cold. Everything, all my support is coming from my family.
Yeah.
And I have to go back, I'm supposed to start a job at the child care center right over by Family Feet next month. I got approved for the job. Now I have to tell them I can't take the job and I got to go back to Alabama and find something for me to do.
Yeah.
And then I have no support at all. But the thing is just my life is more important, so I'm going to have to just deal with it as it comes. But even the military are telling me it's going to be a process. And I know with you guys it's going to be a process too.
Yeah.
So, it's going to take a while.
It's one thing if we're standing right there that night and we can make a snap arrest on it because we have evidence there, we have everything there, we're talking to you, we're talking to him, and we're seeing the whole scene for ourselves. That night, if we show up, and that's what it is, it goes away that night. The separation's immediate. And then the judge puts in protection orders immediately at first appearance and says, you're not to go anywhere near this person, this, that, and the other. But that's when it had that evening.
Yeah.
When we start getting a delay, unfortunately, when we start getting a delay, we have to work the process a little bit. Right? It doesn't mean it's going to take forever, because as part of the process, what we'll have to do is we do have to show that we made an effort to talk to him. That's one that's a caveat to almost of a warrant, because you never just go one-sided and just say this is what it is. We have to give him an opportunity, whether he takes it or not. It's up to him, but we have to afford him that opportunity. Being now that we're dealing with the Navy as well, we have to contact Navy Chain of Command. We have to let them know that we're doing an investigation for him, and that we're affording him an opportunity to come talk to us about the investigation. They're gonna, if he chooses to have the JAG present or do whatever, that's all kinds of stuff that we have to work through. But it's not going to be delayed forever. At least you're getting away, you're going to be somewhere safe while this process works out. But once the questioning is done, we write it all up. Like I said, we take the state attorney, we take it to a judge, it all gets signed off. Based on all the evidence we see, I don't see them turning it away and saying, oh, no, we're not going to do
because I can
anything.
give you the lieutenant's number because he's waiting on this report.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
So if you want to talk to
That's
him,
a
or do
lieutenant
I just...
from what? His lieutenant?
Oh, yeah. And
His chain
commanding
of
officer.
command? His chain of command? Okay.
His lieutenant and his the commanding officer, CO.
Yeah.
He texted me this morning, said good morning, said how I was doing. His number is,
Okay.
and the commanding officer for FRC is Edgar, Edgar, last name
Okay. So that first number you gave me is Lieutenant Commander? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna reach out to them and we'll get this process started. I know it's not easy. Thank you for coming up here and.
I got another question.
Yeah.
Before we left Washington, my vehicle started acting up, so he went and traded it in. My name and his name was on it. He transferred it over to his name. Now I have no vehicle in my name. He has the truck. I have the Camaro. He wants the Camaro.
Yes.
I'm trying to have a vehicle myself, so what do I do? Because he wants the car back.
It's joint property.
I was
Yeah.
trying to
You're
get
married? Mm-hmm. It's joint property. Can't argue about it. Doesn't matter whose name's on it, you're married.
Okay, so I was trying to see if he wanted, if I can get it in a safe place, he wants to change vehicles and he write it over the car over to me, you know, in a safe place. Otherwise, I'm taking the car with me.
Which one do you have?
The red.
The red Camaro.
Okay.
That I don't know about. That would be you. I have no
It's
idea.
well, the whole thing is it's joint property, so it doesn't really matter.
So
right?
I can go ahead and go with it because I'm gonna get a trailer.
If it's too difficult to do a switch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, and that can't be worked out,
Mm-hmm.
then you go with it.
So if,
Right now, that's what I'm gonna say. If like no one has barred you contacting one another.
Mhm.
All right,
they told him he cannot contact me.
they told him you can't. He can't.
He cannot contact me. And he cannot be in 150 feet of me.
The base said that,
The
not the
lieutenant.
judge. Right.
Mm-hmm. Lieutenant and Commander said that.
Well, that's gonna be difficult to do a personal because that's under their chain of command. We have nothing to do with that. It's not a judge. If a judge said you can't be within 150 feet of each other, then you can with us there.
That's what I was trying to
Right.
see. If I can
But
contact.
that's Navy, and I don't have any jurisdiction for Navy. If Navy says you can't be within 100 feet, Navy's not a judge. The Navy's the military. So whether or not the Navy says they'll do a standby for you while that happens, that would be the MAs. The MAs would come out, they would be present while you did your little swap or whatever. He takes the Camaro, you take the truck, MAs are just there to keep it peaceful and off you go. But that one would have to probably be done through the Navy.
So I can
because
talk to Lieutenant
it's-
after they get this information from you guys. I
Yeah.
can talk to Lieutenant about
Yes,
that.
I would do that. I would do that because if you want to make that switch before you leave, then that's who I would contact and that's who I would do it through. Because again, it's not a judge's order, right? So to be quite honest, we don't fall under that. It's a Navy order, so I'd make sure that the Navy's the one that's involved. Because if we're standing there, they don't care that we're there because they're the Navy and it's not
It's like two
a
separate-
civilian judge. No, it's because it's federal.
They and the neighbor
It's
two
federal
separate-
and it's their rules. And the thing is, it's like just like it's going to be a process with us doing everything with him because he's in the Navy, he's under a branch of service, he lives on base or is being quartered probably on one of the other bases right now by the Navy. So we have, and anytime we do an investigation I'm a service member, we have to go through their process in order to do that
Well, the
investigation.
lieutenant even
It takes a
called
little time, but
when he called me. This is so crazy. I had this room. I had to pay for the first night, so then the family tree called and see if I could extend it the second night. Lieutenant calls me and said, "Oh, the hotel is full. He would have to go off the base and pay $300-400. Can you keep this room available for him?"
the hotels.
Yeah.
Like Navy.
The
Lodge.
Navy lodges were booked.
Yeah, but I don't see, and that's the thing. I don't necessarily know they would put him in a Navy hotel because usually they put him in quarters.
That's
So,
what they were trying to do, and they said
Be
the lodges were
full
booked.
too.
And they asked me to keep the room open for him, and I'm like, okay, if I keep the room open for him, is he gonna pay for my night stays?
Yeah.
And he was like, I was like, really, that's not my problem. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He don't have to go pay $300-400.
Yeah.
That's all on him.
Yeah.
I can't be bothered with that.
No, I got you. No, usually if they're gonna force somebody out, they
Yeah.
put him somewhere. But what's his rate or what's
As far as, E5.
E5?
Okay.
Maybe that's why they're not finding him right on this house. He was E7.
All right. I'm gonna reach out and get this thing going for
Can I
you.
take a picture of that, please?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to give you.
Actually,
You want this copy?
Oh, yes.
Give you a carbon copy right of it, okay?
Yes, I want everything I can get this. I'm going as soon as possible.
Can you read that one well enough?
Oh, you got two there, huh?
Oh, yeah.
This is,
You take the yellow, I'll take the pink.
okay.
It's up to you.
Yeah, you hold on to that. Like I said, it's gonna be because we have to work through a bit of a process with the Navy. It's gonna take a little bit of time.
Hello, Officer Caldwell.
Hey, it's Nick at Dispatch. I just want to make sure, do you want this one recorded?
Yes, please.
Okay, hold on one second. I'm going to connect you now.
Okay.
Okay, so I have Officer Caldwell on the line. Go ahead.
Hey, Mr. Woods.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing well. This is Officer Caldwell with Key West Police. I appreciate you calling back. So, listen, I heard one side of the story, and I kind of just want to hear your side, if you're willing to talk to me about it. You know, if you want to talk over the phone, if you want to meet in person, if you want to come up to the station, whatever works for you.
Well, my chief was out here, and I didn't have no kind of heads up with him. He just came over here telling me that I need to get out of my house that I paid for.
Yeah.
And it's, yeah. I mean, without any kind of heads up, like no notice or anything.
Right. Yeah. I don't know how the Navy works like that. From what they've told me, that's their policy on basically just keeping safety. So we didn't have anything to do with that. That's a Navy rule, from what I understand. If that makes sense.
Okay, can you tell my chief, because he's saying that it's you guys that's telling me that I need to get out now. You know, because, I mean, this is like the end of the day, and I know how my wife is. Now, my wife just wants somebody to take her. That's the whole reason of, basically, the reason why we don't get along is because, you know, I do certain things with her right now. You know, I expect things out of her, and she don't want to provide it. And I told her don't even come down here because she didn't even get her medical stuff cleared before she came down here. You know.
Okay.
So you know, she got surgery that was pending for like 5 years. You know, and she never got it taken care of. And I told her that's not how the Navy works. So my issue now is that, like right now, you know, the Navy or you guys or whoever is doing this, you know, is really disrespecting me because like. I didn't get a notice for anything, and I got to be gone. Like, I don't care about her coming here and getting her stuff. My wife knows good well she could have been came and got her stuff. Because the night that the incident happened, my wife went to sleep right next door to me. Right next door to me. So she felt like she couldn't come and you know, she felt like she was threatened or anything like that. I mean, common sense would have said, you know? But she stayed. She didn't leave. When I left for work Thursday morning, she was asleep. I didn't find out she was gone. I came home for lunch and sent her a text to say I told her to get her key from Home Depot because I had my key kind of fit. And that's when I found out that she really was pissed off because she wished she even called her.
Okay. And that's why I wanted to contact you as well. So you're saying she came down to lay down with you. You didn't go lay down with her. Y'all don't normally sleep in the same room, is that correct?
No, I shut the door because I had to go to work in the morning. So, yeah. So, like, I'm asking you, officer, because I know, they bad like they don't have to. People I'm talking to now, they're like, yeah, they're trying to build people with them. But I'm trying to get you to understand, or somebody that can use common sense. If you're threatened by somebody attacked you, whatever she told you that, why would you spend the night with that person? Yeah, right next to her. Would you do that?
I get what you're saying. So hey, walk me through kind of the night before. You know, just walk me through Wednesday night to Friday morning, or Thursday morning.
I mean, it's simple. I mean, I went out Wednesday night, and I went to the bar. And I didn't tell her where I was going, but I went out, and I had a good time. And when I came home, I was confronted about it.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, And then, okay, we had an altercation, my wife came at me, and, she put my chain, and so, I got up off her about me. So, yeah, that's pretty much how it was. And then, once I got control of everything, then I went to sleep, because I had to go to work the next morning. This was around midnight, maybe 1.
Okay. So whenever you say altercation, what do you mean by that? Like, and you say your wife came at you. What do you mean by that? I need kind of specifics.
Okay, so basically she confronted me about going out.
Okay.
And she knows I go out. I could be going out since we've been together. Me and my wife have been married for 11 years. We've been together for like 20.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't trying to hit her because I needed to go to sleep. I was sleeping because I worked 2 jobs. I was sleeping. I was intoxicated. She was intoxicated too. And I need to go to work anymore.
Okay. And so you're saying that nothing was physical at all?
Oh yeah, it was physical because she came and she put my chain. She came at me. So yeah, I got off her. So I grabbed her, held her down, and she realized that I was, I'm not trying to hit her tonight. And then I went to sleep. I shut the door, locked the door like I always do, usually anyway, for my privacy. And I went to work in the morning, and she was there that morning.
Okay.
So I'm asking you, does that seem like a person that feels like they're threatened? How can you go to sleep with a person that, like, whatever she told you about? So I'm not that innocent, because like I said, I don't have any problems with her getting her stuff, but I am really offended because I have to leave my house for 2, 3, however many days she feels like she needs to get her stuff. And I'm in a place where I pay for it, and she has not paid a bill since September of anything. So I'm just not understanding any of it.
So at least, and I can't speak on the Navy's behalf. From our behalf, I would encourage the two parties, you and your wife, to separate anyway, so that nothing does escalate. And this isn't me giving you legal advice or anything like that. I would just say, tell her to get her stuff. If she's agreeing to get her stuff, let her get her stuff and leave. As far as the Navy's concerned, yeah. That is a family fleet thing. That's not a QSPD thing. So that's going to be a Navy family fleet thing. That's not us. That's not a county ordinance. That's not a county risk protection order. What's that?
I'm here to get them because I was told that, I need to leave, which is fine. I will leave for a few hours. I am in the house. She needs to get her stuff. And I will come back to my house where I pay for it. And then, I don't care anything. My wife knows herself that she could have came to the house and got her stuff. She knows it.
Yeah, as far as you going back, that's between you and the Navy. If they give you the okay to go back, that's up to them.
Okay. All right. Well, I told you my side of the story, so I appreciate your time. I appreciate you listening.
All right. Yeah, listen, I really appreciate you calling me back. If I need anything else, I'll reach out to you, okay? And I'll be in touch with you from there, all right?
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir.
He admits
Admits to everything.
he admits the altercation. He admits to putting
member in uniform walking into the jail, because I know that's not a good look for you as well. It's just a misdemeanor. It's not a felony. And again, I'm sorry it came to this way, but
yeah, my wife knows how to play the system.
okay. All right. So what we're gonna do? Do y'all want your cuffs back?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I'm gonna have you step out and face the vehicle here. I'm gonna place my cuffs on you, and then oh yeah, those are nice cuffs. You definitely gonna want those back.
Now you know why.
I'm not gonna put them on tight. They're about to take them off in the next, 3 minutes. So.
Never mind, there is.
So, you got Smith and Wessons? Yeah, I got the cheapies. Yeah. I got some of these nice ones, but don't use them though. Yeah. FWC uses these. They love them. Yeah. Our keys don't work in these apps all the time. Yeah. So. There you go. Thank you, sir. All right, Mr. Woods, I'm gonna walk you over to my vehicle over here, okay? As soon as you get in mine, I'm gonna unlace your boots. You can still wear them, just so they can slip them off easier. All right. Nothing in the back seat. Go ahead, put your butt in first. Watch your head.
5 seconds.
All right.
So the Jag's already.
Do you want to slide back a little bit? Yep.
Go. Appreciate it. Yep, no problem. No problem. That's what we're here for, you know? Yeah, it's just, I mean,
I wish they all
it was going to be a lot cleaner this way, especially like keeping you guys involved. Yep.
You can leave them on. I don't want you walking on a bare floor.
This is at this point it's a morning pickup, so he can go in and come right back out. Yep. All they have to do is bond and right back out. It's 5,000 bail bond. It's about 500 and they're out the door. So. All right. Do it that way. Lee had his ID, so I'll give that to you so you can take that upstairs. Gentlemen, thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Oh, whenever.
Thank you so much, Mike. All right.
All right.
Whatever you need to.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Yeah.
I mean, it's only, Monday through Friday kind of thing. But
Hey, this is a pretty clean one.
Come on, 191.
Figured as soon as we got it signed, we just told it to you guys.
like I said, man, if they were all this.
Yeah, right. We win.
Got one male, 1015, transferred to custody for a signal 62. We'll be walking him up to the top of the jail. I'm on. Turn the rear on for the...
I mean, for the 50 feet.
Yeah.
Bank Control, how can I help you?
Hey, I've got an adult male on a warrant.
Copy that. Stand by, we'll get back with you.
Thank you.
The numbers real quick on that, because if we don't do it, it'll send.
What?
On the back camera.
Oh, really?
If you don't do the numbers right away, it'll send while you're sitting here,
Oh.
and then you gotta go dig it back out. So I just hey, one round.
All right, go ahead. Feet first. Best you can. You need assistance, let me know. You have a belt on?
Yes.
All right, whenever you stand up, I'm going to grab that belt from you, okay? Pants not going to fall off, are they? All right, anything else in your pockets? They're not going to let any of this stuff in. Here, step over to the right here. I'm going to put this stuff in the seat. So the belt we can take up there so that you get that back. little pockets on these things. Wallet or anything like that? Okay. I'll leave that stuff there for now. Smokes and pins.
yeah,
So they're gonna throw it away. Stand right in front of that door for me.
What do you want?
When you walk in, there's going to be a bench to the right. Just grab a seat on that bench there, okay? Grab a seat. I'll help you sit if you need it. Okay, thank you.
94 Tom line.